The question that we have got today is a question that a spouse is asking regarding the spiritual progress of the partner. you know so here there is a concern. The person feels that uh, she is on a spiritual path, and her life partner is not able to understand that path, and the person is really worried, and wants the partner also to experience the same level of happiness and growth. And what can I do, to inspire and encourage my spouse to explore this journey of spirituality, what I have experienced? And I'm also concerned about the potential consequences of his current actions. The person has knowledge that whatever you do, you reap the fruits, and then he's worried that if the life partner is doing certain actions which will lead to more problems in the future, one wants to prevent that, wants to avoid that. These are the concerns I have seen. Many people have this concern, especially this particular relationship, which is based on a certain seeking of a union, where you want that both of you should unite. And we say that the other half, when the other half takes another direction, then it becomes really difficult. And if both of them are together on the same path, then definitely they can touch deeper depths of union. So I can really understand this concern. I would like to hear from the experts who are here in your life, how you have addressed this particular situation, or what has been your experience. Kindly share with me. Anybody can unmute and share what have you done in your case.
Can I say?
Yes, Rashi ji.
So, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
So, what I feel is that everybody has their own journey and time to evolve on this path. In case of spouse, one person can evolve sooner than the other. And it is very important that we don't judge our spouse if the spouse is not choosing to evolve with us,
Hmm.
because forcing will only lead to more tension and conflict. Secondly, learning is never tangible, is not always tangible. It is at many times it is intangible also. So your actions, the way you deal with situations will ultimately inspire your spouse to be like you. Let the spouse, him or her, come to you naturally and learn from you instead of you pushing and forcing them to learn along with you. And you accept them as they are on whichever level they are on their journey. That is what is my experience with that.
Very beautiful, Rashi ji. I
Thank you.
completely agree with you. I think you are just talking from your deep real life experience, and that's why your words have so much depth. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? What has been your experience? Gandhi sir, yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes.
So my experience, say, when you are moving towards some goal, and you should show your fruit, and you should show your spiritual nature, what it gives, how you are avoiding your anger, how you are becoming calm, and how you are, because of the spiritualism, you are attaining the success also in your life also, and how you are bringing your children. And that by seeing your my spouse definitely is motivated. If they are very strong that they don't want the spiritualism, that slowly they will also, whatever you say and whatever the spiritual talk heard or you put. For example, if somebody is not interested in my house in beginning, I was interested in Carnatic music. So I used to play Carnatic and put in the TV or radio. And she developed interest in the music also. And she started telling, and she started listening. And so that is a motivate. So you continue your path. So when you are continuing your path, you should show the importance of that spiritual path how it becomes how it so that you can share also, and you can discuss with the open-end questions, and also listen to actively pay attention to her concern, when what is her interest and why she is not interested in the spiritualism. And and also you allow her to the spouse to explore herself also, and also give some books to read, so that, and also you can read, and sometimes for children I used to read the stories, and also during that course she will also listen also, and and make her to attend some events of spiritual talks and all those things I used to take her.
Yes.
And that's how, when I was a small boy, my father used to take to Carnatic musical concerts, and I used to
Yes.
listen. So that's how I developed the Carnatic music taste also.
Yes.
That is the one this thing. And also by how your activities are changing, how you are becoming sattvic,
Yes.
and how your all those things will definitely will
No, so
promote
Gandhi
that.
sir actually, echoes the point, which Rashiji said. And he also brings another point that, some people, who are neutral, if you expose them to certain situations, they may like it. But if there is an aversion towards it, one should not force it. That is also very important, that he has brought in. Um, yes. Anybody else would like to share any other point apart from these? Fine. So let us look at Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna say? Yes, Radha ji, please unmute and share.
Sir, I'll say in simple words. Actually, we have four yogas: karma, bhakti, gnana, raja yoga, like this. So we can see that again, we can see the purpose of your life, what you want to achieve. So automatically, our thoughts will be inclined that way. So even we have seen in the politicians, in the great personalities, if they are doing the karma, so their achievement, their enlightenment will be inclined in different way. So, but whatever you are doing with, you have to do dharmartha, kama, moksha. If you are doing any artha, kama, moksha, but take it as a first dharma. Do it in with dharma. Even if we have seen recently the great personality, expired, businessman, so Tata person. So, but if we have seen so many theories about him. So, if you are doing with dharma, so that is also will make you the purpose of life is to have the enlightenment, moksha. So,
Mm.
if you are doing in dharma way, that will give that satisfaction. End of the day, you have to sleep with the satisfactory, and even we have seen the spiritual stories. Ravana's wife is a great bhakta direction. But she will not reject. She will think, she will pray the God, give him the right direction. She will not, because if you go in a aversion, there is a clash, there is a conflict. So instead of that, she is praying the God, give him the right direction. Because as I am my wife, spiritual, I'm a ardhangi, so I'm doing the fulfill my job. But praying the God, give him the this. Even we can see in Bhakta Tukaram, he is leaving the ritual, he is the household activity, always in the bhakti. But wife always scolds, you are not doing this, that we have seen like that. But always she realizes. So he also, there is no conflict in the wife and husband. But she will realize one day she will come into my direction. So in that way, even when she is, I mean, I don't know that I did not read, but when she is going, no, no, I will not come with you because I have to take care of this karma, bhumi. I mean, karma works I have to take. So the how to think that what is the purpose of life? If you if you have different opinions, instead of conflicting, we should not disturb their path, because we are living, we are having a journey of wife and husband. Instead of having the conflict, better lead their journey, but help each other, and with dharma, whatever path is. What I feel that, sir. Thank you.
Very beautiful, Radhaji. If you, look at the astrology, at the time the Kundli is prepared, it is said, that this person is more directed towards dharma, artha, kama, or moksha, that kind of thing also comes. Fundamentally, we realize that these four things that have been told are depending on the temperament of the person, the inner attitudes of the person. And it may be possible that you are directing your energies towards towards moksha, towards liberation, but the partner is more towards artha. He wants to earn money. But Radhaji brought in a very important point, that dharma is the one that connects both of you. So you have to find out common ground where both of you connect, and do that more often. Say, for example, a spiritual person would also like to do charity, and a artha person who is earning also would like to do charity. Both of them are interested in doing social welfare. So that becomes a common ground. Both of you can go to an orphanage together, feed children, or find out where are the common qualities where we align. And there would be some points where, because one partner may be more experienced or evolved than the other, so the one who is more mature has to understand the other one and then adopt himself. Let us hear from Geeta Anandji. Yes.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
I was, my spouse never believed in any kind of believe in a God or something else. So when I was sick in 2017, it made him so much to believe in the God. I can't express that words. How much he's going to undergoing the path under this one. Yeah, I appreciate really for him because he suffered a lot because of me, but he believed in God so much at that time. He now also is doing so much to believe. I never accepted from him that much change it comes in his life. So uh, I I tell that, so one or the other situation, the spouse will come under the spiritual and believe in God. We should not force him to do such things, but that the situation brought him to the same stage. Situation going on in the life will bring directly to that path, sir. So that much only.
Very beautiful, Geetaji, and thank you so much for sharing your personal experience. You know,
Thank
so you should have patience. You should have patience, and from the experience of Geetaji, we can learn that just a single instance or a single situation is sufficient for a person to completely change. So it is not necessary that everybody has to change gradually over a period of time. Sometimes even a single situation, just one moment, is sufficient for a person to completely transform. And therefore, patience is the key. Patience is the key. Very important. Very important. Radhaji, yes, you want to add something?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Actually, sir, whatever you said, I want to add. Actually, sir, if both are in different directions, they are not understanding the both are when came into union, they are both are one soul actually. See, even my mother used to do all the work about to do the puja before. Everything she used to do. My father used to do the perform the whatever the next. So both will have that result, that fruits they'll have. But it doesn't that if you want to perform any home or anything, you need artha. So husband is in busy with that, but husband is earning money to do whatever homa, yagna, whatever puja, everything blah. So for that, if his husband is earning the money, whichever we needed, if it is in dharma direction, he is
Yes.
also indirectly doing the same thing.
Yes.
See, even in Ramayana also, when he is doing yagna, he has a golden idol of Sita. So both are in one another way. It is that thing. Slowly we have to have the patience.
Yes.
Whenever I'm doing the rituals, why you're doing rituals? Even my husband used to say that gradually a ritual will be the tuning of the mind to go into that path that
Mm,
is needed. We are not doing any rituals blindly, but
mm,
that is the preparation. That is the groundwork. We are cleaning the soil to grow a plant.
mm.
So that's what, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Radhaji. लेट अस सी भास्कर जी कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं। भास्कर जी, भास्कर रेड्डी जी, आपने अनम्यूट किया था, कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं? आई थिंक ही इज म्यूटेड। शोभना जी, यस।
Good morning, sir. I agree with all the speakers what they told, but sometimes a dilemma would be children when they are very small, and if both the partners are in different path, it's very difficult, especially who's on the spiritual part to bring up the child in that spiritual part. Till 18 years, they are not matured enough. So finally, as everyone said, it's not passion and the attachment and everything works. But when there is a crisis, it's always God. So that thing we need to develop in the children, and as everyone said, the patience is very important. So sometimes even though we know that my child is going to suffer later on, we need to have patience. We have to keep on praying to God that He will give the good knowledge to my child, and have patience and go ahead. So
Yes.
that's what I wanted to convey.
This is a very, very important perspective, Shobhana ji. In fact, we see that if, two people follow entirely different path, then both of them try to influence the child towards their own path, and there is a competition in that. And, that is actually not good. Child is another unique personality which has grown up, it should be given complete freedom, at least till 12 year of age, children should not be influenced towards any path. Let them observe both the parents doing their own thing. Nobody should, insist that you should do
True.
or should not do. They should be free to completely explore whatever they want. And at the age of 12, they are conscious and they can take a decision on what path they want to follow. So that much respect we should have towards our children, not to impose ourselves on them or on another. So this was a very critical point. Let us see, if Bhagavad Gita, we want to learn from Bhagavad Gita in answering this question, what are the points that can come? The Krishna agrees, with the point that everybody has said here. He says that Lok Sangrahamevapi Sampashyantu Kartur Marhasi Yadya Acharati Shrestha Tat Deva Taro Janaha Sayat Pramanam Kurute Lokastad Anuvartate. Generally, a person who is more evolved, his actions are directly or indirectly watched by others. Even if they do not, attentively show that I am keeping a watch on you, they are observing. And then what happens is that in different situations of life, how you behave, how you tackle the situation, that is observed by them. And that becomes a indirect, a silent way of, being an inspiration. So live your values, be calm, compassionate, and balanced in your actions, and become a silent inspiration. Not that you expect people to change, but definitely if your roots are strong, the way you are dealing, definitely this silence and doing your dharma, is very, very impactful over a period of time. This is point number one. Second, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, even Krishna, gives complete choice to Arjuna. He says, this is what I have explained to you, very deep knowledge. Ponder over it deeply. Yathechasi tatha kuru. At the end, do as you wish. So even if you have a discussion over something, if generally Bhagavad Gita begins when Arjuna tells Krishna, Shishyate aham mam tvam prapannam. I am your Shishya, please guide me. Before that, Krishna also doesn't guide Arjuna. So a advice is to be given when it is asked. If an advice is given unasked, then it loses its value. So, when once we get into the path of spirituality, especially in the beginning, we get lot of this urge of putting our point across and answering questions without people asking us. This is not good. We should gain more depth in spirituality and try to understand that everything is a divine plan. And when our role comes, we will be called. So that rajas within us to interfere with everything. I have seen people who are on spirituality. Okay, they have given up onion, garlic, or whatever, but they don't eat. It's fine, completely fine. But then overtly, they cannot. When people are eating, suddenly say that, oh, you should not eat this. This is very bad. This will do this to you, that to you. So this creates a disharmony in the whole situation. So one should be, aware that every being is on his own journey, and give that time to explore and freedom. Definitely, if you genuinely care for somebody, then you can wholeheartedly pray. So respect free will. And as Rashiji said, as other people said, I completely agree. If you get annoyed by somebody's situation, if there is a homa in your whole house and your husband is not participating, you should not feel distressed or annoyed. You should respect his freedom and feel that, okay, let him take his own time, let him just be in his own space. But if that becomes a point for you to quarrel with him or get annoyed with him, then he will also take it onto his ego, and the natural maturity what was supposed to come into him will further get delayed. Him or her, it is not like I'm taking that always wife only puts the husband on this path. It can be any way around. Krishna also, brings this very important concept, saying that ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mam vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvashah. The way, a human being, an individual tries to reach out to me, I also adopt the same way to reach out to him. Now, how deep this is. There is only one consciousness. We are doing actions in that consciousness, to that consciousness. And the way we approach the consciousness also approaches us in the same way. What does it mean? It means that if I become violent to people around me, I will get violence back. If I cheat, I will get the same thing back, because who else is there? There is only one consciousness. Krishna is telling the way you approach me is not only that the way you approach Lord Krishna in the temple. He is there in each and every particle of this universe. So the way you are approaching the universe will approach you in the same way. So therefore, compassion, love, kindness, and giving. These are the attitudes with which we have to approach people around us, our spouse, and we see that when such things are continuously, given over a period of time without expecting anything in return, it is impossible that you will not get the same thing back. But definitely, it can be a test of patience. So you have to also celebrate goodness in everybody, and whatever positive qualities that are there, they should be encouraged, and that can become a ground for the person to grow further into that. I have also seen people who both are spiritual, still their paths are so different. Somebody follows the aspect of freedom, being mindful and not bound by any kind of boundaries. The path similar to what Rajneesh Oshoji follows. Other people follow very strict. In fact, we see in spirituality itself, no, the path that Krishna shows and the path that Rama follows in Ramayana, they also appear to be contrasting. So like that, there can be, some people follow Vaishnavism, some people follow Shaivism. So even within spirituality, there can be different paths. And in that, we have to understand that both of them, even if they are following different paths in their sadhana, their grades may be different. One may be much more intense in the sadhana, other may be less. So here the more mature person, has to adopt. And you have to find out the one truth, that the ultimate one is only one. Different paths actually lead to same goal. And therefore, you have to look at that goal there, that we are reaching the same goal, and that is what is uniting us. And find out common things and do that together, and respect the differences and give each other freedom to do their different things. Finally, when everything you try to do but nothing works up, finally Krishna says that sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraj. I will, take care of everything. He says that yoga kshema vahamyaham. Whatever you want, whatever way, those wishes will be fulfilled by me. What you should do is completely surrender to me. So in fact, I got a phone call from my mother, a few days ago, and she was also into similar kind of concern. she really wants her husband also to go with her. If she goes to moksha, she wants husband along. She doesn't want to go alone. But she feels that the husband's marks card is too poor, he will fail. And that is her worry. What? No, her question is, see, if I tell I force, it will not work. What can I do? You tell me, because I am really agitated. So she does this rosary, beads of God, every day she does 11. Then I told her, okay, you finish your 11, and after that, you do one more extra, one more bead extra. Take water in your hand and offer it to God, saying that I am offering it for my husband. So this punya will go to your husband. It will bring inner transformation to him. Even if that doesn't happen, whatever you are doing for him, it will make him go with you wherever you go. So she said, okay, not one, I will do 3 from today. Now, from then on, she is doing 3 extra japas for my father. And what has happened is her agitation of what can I do has actually calmed down, and she is now completely relaxed. And dear friends, I would like to share this with you that from last 3 months, my father also started doing some japa. And this is what, that we experience in our life. And a wholehearted surrender and prayer becomes the ultimate path for us to find a way out. And in Bhagavad Gita, further, Krishna says that do not become a doer here. Do not think that I am more pious than others and everything is on my shoulder, and if I don't do, things won't happen. No, nothing like that. Nimitta matram bhav savyasachin. You are just becoming a nimitta. As someone shared the experience, one moment is sufficient for a person to get completely transformed. Therefore, the sense of doership also should be given away and should be surrendered to God. God only is the doer, and everything that is happening is according to God's wish. So there is nothing wrong. Everything is planned, and both of us are experiencing our own prarabdhas and learning from each other. And the question that I feel is, who is whose guru? Who has given one spouse, the authority, or if you are able to assess yourself that I am more evolved, what is it that makes you feel that? There are different ways in which people evolve. Say for example, my father, he is a karma yogi. He may not be so much inclined into bhakti, but he does all his work with lot of honesty. Throughout his work life, he has been a very hardworking, dedicated person. So who finally judges that whether his karma yoga has not made him evolve where he is, or whatever good quality the person has? Then another question that comes to me, that whether this nature of my father is contributing to increasing bhakti of my mother. you know uh, so in that way, because the life partner is having a nature which is creating trouble for the other partner, the partner grows in bhakti more. Mm. So what we consider, as suffering probably is another tool for our growth. And there should be always a growth mindset. Whatever that life is bringing into my life is for my growth. And I have become a life partner for my husband. So this is for his growth. And both of us have been brought together by God, because both of us are required to each other like guru. Now, both of us are guru for each other and teaching each other the very important lessons in life. Wherever we are weak, the person with us has come to make us strong. There are definite areas, where even a spiritual person feels weak. He may feel weak in the practical life, in taking decisions of real life situation where another person may take it. So that is something that you have to learn. Sometimes the other person is able to take harsh decisions, which a very spiritual person finds it difficult to take. And that is something there to learn. And of course, this person has to learn the art of surrender and growth in bhakti. So I believe that this whole life is a university where all of us are students, and only divine is playing with us. Theoretical and practical tests are happening every moment, and there is a learning lesson for all of us every day, every moment of life. And that is the reason that our life partner has come into our lives. with that attitude, we should do pranams to each other and learn from each other and keep growing in whichever direction, we grow. So thank you very much, all of you, sharing your wonderful, wonderful insights today. And I also keep learning a lot during these discussions. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.